Hey everybody, welcome back to another action figure review, and today we're going to be looking at Masters of the Universe Masterverse New Eternia Trapjaw. Now, this is my absolute favorite Masters of the Universe character. I have loved him since I was a kid and got the original character back in the 80s. I just love the design, I love the arm and the weapons attachments. I just think it's a really cool figure. So, Cronus, as he was originally named, was a criminal who came to Eternia, ended up joining Skeletor against He-Man. His origins are slightly different depending on the medium. The comic books, the original 80s figures all came with little comic books inside of them. The one that came with Trapjaw, he was portaled in from another dimension by Skeletor, and he actually breached Castle Grayskull and got the power, which caused He-Man and Skeletor to join forces to fight against him. They defeated him, and Skeletor took him in as a minion. And the Filmation series, his background I don't think was ever really discussed. He was just one of Skeletor's minions the whole time. In the 2000 series, that's when he first was revealed to being called Cronus, I believe. He was he he rebelled against Skeletor at some point, and during the fight versus Skeletor, Skeletor managed to destroy his arm and jaw. But Skeletor could see that he was still valuable, so he ordered Triclops to fix him, and Triclops gave him the mechanical jaw and the arm. And that's the Trapjaw we have now, as we know him now. So let's get the figure out of the way first. Take a look at the box. And you can see here, there's a Trapjaw on the front. Master of the Universe New Eternia Trapjaw. And then we have the Eternian Palace Guards riding their sky sleds towards them. There's Masterverse at the top. Legalese on the bottom. On the side, we have some nice artwork there. And then on the other side, just got the wraparound from the front artwork. There you see Castle Grayskull. And then on the back, you've got a picture of the figure himself, along with his different weapon attachments. And then you have the quick blurb here. Trapjaw about to kill Man-at-Arms, and suddenly he crosses dimensions and ends up in New Eternia. And here are the other figures available in the wave. And that's all for the box. So, the Trapjaw figure. As you can see, he's blue-skinned. He's got some metallic attachments here, cybernetic enhancements to his left arm, which he still possesses, but if you're going to have Triclops build you a bunch of new stuff, might as well upgrade your existing stuff. Got this harness here that attaches to the mechanical arm and gives a slot for his sword. These spokes on the wheel on the top here, and spikes down here. Pretty decent looking mechanical arm. Now, the one that came with the 2000 Trapjaw figure, I think, is the best, but it does present balance issues. It does kind of throw him off balance when you use it. So, he's green-skinned face with yellow eyes. He's got this hook, or this loop, on the top of his helmet, which the original figure also had. You can thread a string through that and have him slide down ropes and whatnot. That was the purpose. He's got this green belt with a skull and crossbones on it. Loincloth, thick black boots, and black leggings with little green paint on the top there. Not a lot of paint on this character, but they don't miss out on any of the paint they do have. In fact, I love the fact that they made the arm gun kind of a gunmetal instead of just, you know, gray plastic like this. They could have easily gone this route, or just they could have made it black, but they did a really good job painting it. I think they made it look really cool. Now I have the other Triclops 2, the one that was branded for Revelation, that came with the priest garb and everything, and I will go over that one as well at some point, but that'll be a blast from the past because it's been a few years since he came out, and I don't feel like going back over those figures right now anyway, because I'm still doing the G.I. Joe stuff. But this figure I just got, so he's new to me. That's why I'm doing this one now. Alright, articulation. Trapjaw can look down. He can look up like that. He can also open his jaw, as you can see. And his mouth looks pretty nasty. One of the things that people didn't like about the Revelation Trapjaw is when you open his mouth, he had this little weird tongue sticking out. People didn't like that. They wanted a Trapjaw that looked more like this. I'll show you that when we go over that Trapjaw. Alright. His arm can go 300. Oh, he can do the Exorcist too, by the way. I didn't do that. He's got a little bit of tilt, not much. Arm can go all the way around. He can hinge up a little bit less than 90. He's got a bicep cut there. Double jointed pinless arms. Pretty good range out of those. He does have a horizontal hinge on his wrist. His mechanical arm cannot hinge up. It can go out about that much, but it can go all the way around. And it does have a bit of a butterfly motion to it, which his normal arm doesn't have. Let's see. Elbow joint, essentially, can go up just a bit more than 90, and you can hinge it in and out like there. It can't, unlike Skeletor's feet from the previous review, you can't bend this one back. You can only bend it forward. He's got, oh, does he have a waist? Yeah, he does have a diaphragm cut, but it is, there we go. It was a little stiff. So you can get him bend forward that far. He can hinge back that far. He can twist at the diaphragm and tilt at the diaphragm. He can also twist at the waist, but you have to kind of hold him at the waist in order to get that twist going. Else, if you hold him at the, oh, okay, well, I guess I loosened it up enough that you can twist the whole thing at the top there. Unlike Skeletor, he can get the Van Damme split since he doesn't have that bulky vest in the way. Let's see. Oh, he does have drop-down hips. You don't usually see drop-down hips on the Masterverse characters. But yeah, he's got a drop-down hip. So he can kick out about that far. He can kick back about that far. He does have a thigh cut. He's got double jointed pinless knees. He does have a boot cut. His foot can go back about that far and peg forward about that far. He's got rocker and he's got peg holes on the bottom. Accessory wise, he comes with this sword, which is what he used when he was Cronus before he had the mechanical arm. It's got some nice paint on the blade there. It's got some nicks and scratches, as you can see. It's got that skull with horns design, kind of like Skeletor's ram staff. And it's got this white wrapping around the handle there. And he can either carry it in his offhand here, You can also slide it through and hold it on his back. Or you can see the notch at the tip there, at the hilt rather. He can stick that in his mechanical arm, and he can use it. Now, I don't think Trapjaw ever did this in any of the series, put a sword in there, but he can do that if you want. I'm just gonna have him slide it in the back area for now. He also comes with this huge hook, so if he wants to indulge his inner leather face, he can snag someone in the back like that and lift them up off the ground, let their blood drain out into a bucket beneath them. Yeah. It's all in one color plastic, unfortunately not the same color type as the arm. That would have been nice, but like all the accessories that he comes with are the same plastic. Actually, the gun might be. Yeah, the gun looks more like the. Right, the gun is actually colored more like the arm, but these two are just gray. Kind of a gray plastic. Well, it's kind of like a silver, but it's not like a gunmetal. This looks more like metal. That kind of looks like plastic trying to be metal, you know. But anyway, that snaps in place there. And he's got his hook. And as you can see, it also has a notch right there. And if you look at his belt, he's got a loop there and a loop there. So he can carry his accessories on him, just like the original figure. The next accessory I'm going to show is the claw. This has an open and shut lower hinge and a very oversized upper hinge. It also has a hook to snap on the belt, and it can go onto the arm like so. Another thing you can do with this claw is you can remove the jaw piece, and then you can come over here to Trapjaw and take off his jaw there, and you can stick this piece on and make that his jaw, so he looks similar to his comic book appearance, the mini comic that came with the figure. Of course, the colors are different. The Trapjaw in the mini comic was like a yellowish green skinned type creature, but he did have this similar style jaw, so you can mimic that style jaw if you want. I just prefer to leave it in the normal style. Yeah, there we go. But that is an option, and you know, people like to have options sometimes. And this piece, unlike the hook, which kind of just is kind of digging into the side there, this piece kind of tilts away, so when you stick it in here, it's not like pressed up against him or digging into him, so it looks better. Lastly, he comes with this laser gun attachment, and it's got a scope on the top there. It's got a hook to slide into the belt, but I usually have my Trapjaw equipped with this gun, so he can be a ranged fighter. And the paint on this matches the arm a bit better than the other two attachments, so I like that look. And there is Cronus, aka Trapjaw, the best character in the Masterverse, Master of the Universe series, in my opinion, obviously. So, comment down below who your favorite character is in Masters of the Universe. Next week, I'll be taking a look at some Joes. I think I'm gonna, haven't decided which one I'm gonna review yet. Probably Python Patrol, Copperhead, and the Trooper. Because I had those the longest. They're just sitting there waiting for me to do a review on them. And then Sunday, I'll be doing a special Blast from the Past. So definitely be sure you're here for that. Comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.